Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. You get fairy dust, and I get fairy dust, and Amelie gets fairy dust. She's always a sleepy little friend. There she is. Okay, let's talk about grief. All right, so we were reading this book, Grief Day by Day. You don't have to get it. And I'm still reading from the introduction. So this is great because it gives us stuff to talk about. So the author talks about going to a bereavement group, and this is, I'm going to begin reading. So she says, I hadn't changed the bed sheets for 3 months. I met someone who hadn't changed their sheets for a year. I met someone who had never changed them. I'm learning that I wasn't crazy, that I was grieving. Then she steps out and says, or she continues, and then she says that grief is our common language, and it absolutely is. That is a thing that will always connect us because we know what it's like to have this in our life, to have this be part of our story, to have it be part of our history now, is that we have loved and someone we love has died, and it is devastating. Then she goes on. She goes, shortly after my husband died, I bought a sign that read, "Have an adequate day." I actually want that sign. It made me smile. I assigned myself a chore of the day, which gave me a feeling of accomplishment, a chore as simple as paying one bill or just taking a shower. Okay, so this is why we're talking about this, because the number one reason I would recommend that someone come to see me as a grief counselor, as you know, I don't think people need a grief counselor. But one of the services I provide for my clients who are grieving is I help them clear the decks and figure out ways to increase their functioning. So functioning is a very important word in grief, because when we grieve, it is a blow. It is like being sick. Okay, so I feel like I made this up, but then somebody wrote a book about it. So, and there is research on it, but I've been thinking this way for a really long time. I see that our physiological system, our body, our blood, our heart, our lungs, and we have an immune system. So we have a physiological immune system to protect us in our bodies, not our minds yet, but just our bodies. And so when we get sick, so our immunity goes down, and then our body is like, holy shit, we gotta survive. All right, everybody, we gotta send, if it's a physical wound, like a big old gash or something, like, okay, let's send all the white blood vessels, and let's do this, and let's clot the blood, and da 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 da. So the body does this without you having to ask it. Hey, I don't know if you don't mind, would you mind sending some, of your immunity to this cut, please? Like, that would be great for me. Thank you so much. Like, we don't have to do that. All this happens without our help, or without our instruction, or without anything to do with what we are thinking. Our cognitive brain, our body just knows what to do, and whether we like it or not, it will do it. So let's talk about getting the flu. So I'm going to get the flu, and then what's going to happen? I'm going to be laying on the sofa watching The Price is Right, or looking at my phone, or looking at Reddit all day long, not moving. Please let somebody come take care of me. And when we get the flu and we get tired, we never think, I should be working. I should be cleaning the house. I should be doing this, that, or the other thing. I should be working on my business. It's like, no. We just are trying to get through the day. we're trying to eat, we're trying to drink, like we're just trying to live. And so we don't usually beat ourselves up for our functioning going down when we have the flu. I believe that we have a psychological immune system. So our psychological immune system, when it encounters a painful situation, so it's not a pain on our body, it's a pain in our psyche, a pain in our soul. And when someone dies, that's what that is. All this energy is going through your brain, through your psyche, through your psychological system to try to survive this shit. And so what happens is all of this energy, all of your energy is helping you get through the pain, is helping you get through all the adjusting you have to do, is helping you, basically accept that this is your new reality. And so just like when the physiological immune system said, hey, we're gonna fight this, and you're tired and you don't beat yourself up, I now want you to be thinking that when you're tired, when you're grieving, and grief, like one of the main symptoms is fatigue. And fatigue, this is so silly, but I actually think about having the grief flu. I feel like your body takes the hit when you're grieving, just as it does when you have the flu. So I think of it, you have the grief flu. And when you have the flu, you don't beat yourself up for not feeling well. But you do beat yourself up for not feeling well when you have the grief flu. And that's why I want you to make this paradigm shift of grieving takes a lot of energy. And because of that, so now let's say this is all my energy and now I have to move it and put it over there. I have none. And I'm experiencing fatigue and the grief flu, and my physiological immune system is fighting all this without cognitions. So you will have thoughts of I'm sad, I'm this, I'm scared, what do I need to do? What's the next step? When's the funeral? When's this? What's gonna happen? You will have that, but there's a lot more going on all levels, especially the deepest ones. And so what that means for you is functioning goes down. She couldn't change her sheets for 3 weeks or 3 months or whatever it was. Someone else only could change them once a year. Someone else never would change them. Though that's all normal for grief. All that sounds, yep, that's about right, because functioning goes down. So, and we feel like we are going crazy. What the fuck is wrong with us? But we don't ask that question when we have the flu. We don't what's wrong with me? What the fuck is wrong with me? I can't believe I'm acting like, no, we say, oh, I have the fucking flu. Well, you have fucking grief. That's where we are now. This is the way it is. And functioning goes down, lower than what you can believe. Functioning goes down, and functioning is just being able to do shit. Can you take a shower? Some days no. Can you brush your teeth? Some days no. Can you make yourself breakfast? Some days no. And those some days when the answer is no, do not beat yourself up, because that you are actually healing. Just like we don't get mad at flu for making us tired, we're not going to get mad at grief anymore for making us tired. And so to circle back around to the beginning, I said that one of the reasons people come to see me is life brings them problems and issues. And so I know as their grief counselor that their functioning is going down. So what can I do? What can I add? What benefits can I add? What tricks of the trade? What this or that or the other thing can I add and give my clients so that their functioning goes up? And I will tell you that a lot of it is just permission not to do shit. You don't have to do anything, especially introverts that are grieving, for a really long time, and there's nothing wrong with you. And so the lessons to take away is, this is why we need books like this, so we can realize oh, thank God I was feeling like a piece of shit because I didn't change my bed for a month. okay, well, she's saying 3 months. So here we go. So thank God. And it's just like being able to connect on these things. So now you have the knowledge that functioning goes down with grief, and it is your responsibility now to not beat yourself up over that. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Ask me anything. Love you. Bye.